Okay, so we have limited tools to work with here because sword doesn't work, but this one doesn't even... This is just a weapon. That one's not an item. So this one's the item. But it has the wrong alignment. The magic of the blade does not fit the lock. And the icon is the rune that I just picked up. So I think it's the fact that we don't have the rune on it. Here we go. We can pick the alignment on the fly. So I've now unlocked a new alignment, which now it means I can open new doors, which explains how I'll open the door in the future as Alex. Because we encountered this then. I just want to point out that I kind of love this. The fact that you go around as Alex and you discover all these bizarre things in the mansion that don't make sense to you, and then you play as these other characters and they give you the solution of how to proceed through there. And it's like a Metroidvania mechanic, but it's like you unlock your Metroidvania mechanics by playing a different game. Uh-oh. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh, that was effective. That said, I don't really know how the alignments work. There's 3 of them, so I am implied? Why was I gonna say implied? That sentence feels like there's a word that fits in it well, but I'm not thinking of it right now. I'm leaning towards the idea of there being a rock, paper, scissors system, where one is weak to one and strong against the other, basically. Avoid the length of the corridor. The ceiling has given way and collapsed, littering the floor with debris. So I can climb over the rubble. There's also just a ladder over here. Oh shit, these guys. Whoa! I kind of forgot how it captured me before, if I'm being honest. They're suddenly enemies now. Let's go ahead and pre-equip the chakras for what comes next. Fuck you. A ruby effigy stands upon the pedestal centered in the room. It's a meeple. That's enough of those guys. So that's where I started. Was there one on the other side? No. All that's in this room is the ruby effigy. Uh-oh, that took a hit. Okay, let's see if I can fucking circumvent this shit. Hey, asshole. Hey! It's not great. It's not great. Oh, that didn't even hit. Shit. Do I want to hit him with the same element or a different element? What? I am now tiny. This game's losing its goddamn mind. Which is the point. A blasphemous sculpture made from human skin and bone. A trestle of bones is cradled within this shrine, like a nightmarish bookstand beckoning to be used. So give it the statue? No. The book? I guess that was straightforward enough. Haha! I am powerful now. Uh-oh. That's not good. They're starting to do so yeah, when you run out of sanity, they do health damage. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. I just wasted my energy and didn't cast it. I don't love the idea that all the best parts of the game are kind of locked behind having low sanity, and that having low sanity is kind of a thing that only happens when you're playing badly. Because it kind of leads to an incentive structure where you want to play badly on purpose because you don't want to miss out on the cool things that the game made for you to see. I guess it kind of creates an interesting challenge where if you are too good at the game, you intentionally make it harder. Because it is harder if you make your sanity low. Because you're trying to deal with a game that's trying to kill you aggressively. Please heal me. I'm so sorry about the crackle. Hopefully I'll fix it next episode. With one of my new parts coming this weekend. That's not good. My health. He fucked up my health bar. So you're the new blue one. Instead of the skulls, he's got a very different head. There we go. Please die. It's a very particular way of restoring energy. Your mana regenerates when you walk. So you have to be moving. Which, okay. Is this my chance to pick up the other ones I didn't get at the beginning, I guess? A strange sculpture resembling a red-clawed worm mysteriously floats above the pedestal. Should Kareem claim this artifact? Yes, I guess? Once again, not totally sure I have a lot of context for this choice.
We will be together forever.
Chandra? What happened to you?
Things change, my dear Kareem. But even though my body is ravaged, I await you.
Who did this to you?
You were gone so long. I gave myself to a nobleman with a jealous mistress. She had me dragged from my bed, and in cruel revenge, flensed with knives. As the last blades were drawn across my body, and my blood cooled upon the floor, she cursed that I would only be with another in death.
So much for thinking only of me. I should never have left.
I have seen my folly, and have already paid dearly. I see so much more now. In death, I know the true value of the artifact which I asked you to find. And it is not for us to possess. If we are to be together again, you must make a sacrifice. Only when that is complete will we be together.
Sacrifice? Why should I do anything for you? You lied to me, betrayed me, and you really don't look so good anymore.
Jesus.
You must forget the past. Despite who you are now, you will also become something more, just as I have. But the sacrifice must be made. We must remain here and guard the artifact. Dark things will come to claim it, and you must be strong to keep it from them. Without your sacrifice, the world will fall into eternal darkness.
The things I do for love.
You need to sacrifice yourself to be so we can be together again. But you're not even pretty anymore. Oh my god, Kareem. What a line. What was down that staircase? To be continued? What?
Can't be happening.
Oh my god, you fuckers. The fake fucking ending screen that talks about a hypothetical sequel. Alright, there's some clever shit in here. Man. Like, I knew about one or two of them, so I felt like maybe I had been spoiled or something. But I was definitely not ready for the game to just turn off. And I definitely wasn't ready for the sequel bait screen. I briefly was worried that, like, there was a disc read problem. Alright, so now I know how to get to that one door if I can remember where it was. Not here, right? This is whatever's going on in this room, yeah. These insanity checks. Oh my god. Fucking sequel bait. Funnily enough, they tried to make a spiritual successor to this game a few years ago, I think. I found out about that when I was looking into stuff about this game, that there was a Kickstarter for a spiritual successor and it failed. It was going to be on the Wii U.
Hello?
Remember me, Alex?
This can't be happening!
Was that the guy I was just playing as? Is that whose voice that was? Oh, here it is. I genuinely didn't know where it was. So if I just do this, does it let me pick the element every time? No. I have to do it manually. Where's my spell? There we are. Enchant item, cast, because then I can pick the alignment from here. I thought I was going to lose the blade in the process, but it appears not. What was that sound? A rat? Among the pantry contents is a spice jar with a scrap of paper hidden inside. Not very well hidden, let's be honest. This kitchen is as empty as the library is full. A reflection of her grandfather's attitude, always learning, reading, studying, rather than eating. I mean, it's just a stocking area. It's not the whole kitchen. It's the non-refrigerated stocking area, too. I'm amused by how many of these things you can tell are 2D, and then which ones are 3D. Kind of intermixed with each other. All those jars are like 2D images. Okay, so just check it. A firmly sealed glass spice jar. The faint aroma of Arabian spices is tantalizingly emanating from it. There's a piece of paper inside it. You got cursed. You've got mummy rot now. Congratulations. The lurking horror.
liege. The future is yours. The light in the age of darkness has been extinguished. The pillar of flesh has been constructed. The master of chaos, the keeper of the ancients, is long dead. The planets will be in alignment soon. All is prepared for your arrival. I will begin the final incantation that will bring you into our world within days. The next millennium will truly usher in a new age. Your guardians, now prepare the gate!
And I just discard the spice jar. And I feel like you should have started with that. Just take the page out. You need to take the whole jar with you. There's some creepy laughing going on. How's my sanity? Not amazing. I was wondering how her sanity reflects the other worlds. Does mine go down when theirs goes down at all? Because there's seemingly insanity effects happening, but seemingly not the chance for them to happen because I don't encounter monsters.
I will not argue that I was shocked by the sudden mention of one of my ancestors, the distinguished Dr. Maximilian Roivas. It chilled me to my bones. Where had this ancient book come from? How had my ancestor stumbled upon it? I feverishly began to read more, eager to learn his story. It seems that Maximilian had inherited his father's mansion, just as I had. Alone since the death of his wife, and since his children had their own adult lives, he explored the house to discover his family roots.
It has been 2 weeks since the death of my father, and it has finally come to me to look over the mansion. Now, I am truly alone, and forced to start a new life here in Rhode Island. I intend to make the mansion mine, and live in it as my forefathers have, to continue the family tradition. The mansion has its secrets, I'm sure, and in my time here, I have to make them mine.
A powdered wig guy? Wow, I wonder which part of the mansion will be unlocked by his storyline. Flintlock pistol ammunition. That's a very interesting approach. You keep switching characters and they all have their own inventories already. So you kind of just, it's all about adapting to whatever that character has, more so than the usual survival horror aspect where you're used to usually carefully scavenging through the environment for resources in like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, and then trying to conserve those resources and make risk-reward sort of choices. But in this game, everything's very temporary. Every level's about an hour long, so you just have to, at most, make the resources last that long. So when I see like that last guy, he had 19 chakrams and 5 healing items, even before he learned a healing spell. So like, you could pretty much just throw that shit around. Like, you don't really need to worry about conserving it, necessarily. Maximilian's medical journal, used to take notes on medical and pathological analyses. I wonder if we'll use it on something. Like, will his medical stuff come into play? I'm so happy that the Wii has a GameCube memory card slot. Because it means I don't have to worry about... I didn't have to replay the game when I switch platforms. It's very fun to me though to know that I'm currently playing a Wii game on the Wii U and a GameCube game on my Wii. I'm using both a Wii and a Wii U, but neither of them are playing the games that they're made for. A small collection of Maximilian's medical journals, references, and reports. I really do have a soft spot for the GameCube though, so I think we'll get a lot of use out of this particular backwards compatibility. A desk cluttered with notes and writs, mostly business to do with the Roivas estate. The Revoir? Here we are. Aha, there's a secret door. So he had that door removed and then he wallpapered over it or something. You would think it's just a secret door though, so why is it so hard for her to open it? I didn't really have any evidence that she even pushed on it. This is a choice of music for a scene featuring powdered wigs. It sounds so modern. Oh. A state-of-the-art interior outhouse. Wow, you can have an outhouse indoors. What a mistake. Polished teak and mahogany finish is truly a sight to behold and experience. No thank you. I'm very happy to have been born when I am. To just not have to deal with that part in particular. The servant is preoccupied with his duties. Wow, the hate of decadence. You can poop indoors. And all you have to do is deal with the fact that somebody else has to deal with your poop. That poor person whose life is dedicated to that. Kind of highlighting the fact that when you look at these kinds of eras, they're often historical accounts entirely from the perspective of the people that benefited most from the systemic oppression built into every aspect of how that society worked. And so, like, while it seems like high living for the perspective that all the stories are told from, those stories are told from a tiny, tiny percentage of the people that actually had to live in that era, because everyone else was quite literally dealing with their shit. Oh, Hanna-Barbera effect. I can see the cracks where this window definitely breaks at some point in this game. A stained glass window, resplendent with bright colors and exquisite workmanship. There's something odd about it, perhaps the curious detail of its shapes and content. Also the fact that it's definitely going to break. There's a bunch of cracks in the model. That's definitely one of those things that would be hidden by a CRT. The door to the servants' quarters is securely locked. Maximilian, however, can't help but feel uneasy. An ominous presence lurks behind that door, making the hairs on his neck stand on end. So we're going to show how to open that servant's quarter. It's currently locked. But if I find out how to unlock it here, I'll know how to unlock it for her. A small collection of Maximilian's medical journals, references, and reports. So are all these in chronological order? Like, are we now in the recent history? Because anything in America is recent history. That's the last few hundred years. Whereas we were going way back at first. With the Centurion and whatnot. A desk cluttered with notes and writs. It's just the same. Oh wait, this is where I started. I'm so sorry. In my defense, the is it familiar or not rule doesn't entirely apply, because this whole place is a place I've been in all game. Where am I finding this? Why is there just flintlock pistol ammo everywhere? What is happening? A French flintlock holster pistol was in use from the 1680s. As a muzzle-loaded pistol, its rate of fire is rather slow, but it packs a powerful punch. Aha! On guard, man, as I wobble forth at you. Ha ha ha. This is weirdly sassy. The painting has a quaint, reassuring feeling behind the brushwork, which is probably why it has been kept in the family for as long as it has. This will be a change, not having any melee. Creepy painting. Spiral and skulls. I think I saw a portrait-oriented version of this somewhere. Like a different crop of it. They reused that one, I think. The servant mutters under his breath, not realizing that Max is nearby. He appears to be distressed at his lot in life, working all the time. A stone tablet carved with strange pictograms is displayed in the mantelpiece. An odd conversation piece, to be sure. I'm sorry, are you leaning a piece of stone against the portrait? Because it looks like you are. I'm rescuing art right now. What a poorly placed thing. On the bedside table is an open letter. Yeah, we've been to this room before. She commented on how there's like one nice painting and everything else was miserable looking. And I mentioned Saturn devouring his son. That fucking pose, the way he's leaning that far back. And there's a baby trying to climb into the bed. What a visual. What a visual. A letter, written with some precision in longhand. Dear friend, the antiquity of which you ask is indeed the Tome of Eternal Darkness, or a copy of it, at least. Its secrets are still hidden from me, for I have been unable to read it, as have most scholars who have tried. It will remain within the sanctity of the mansion, for in the wrong hands, it would be a powerful weapon. Peruse it, if you will, but beware its magic. It is a harsh mistress. Au revoir. I'm just gonna keep changing the pronunciation every single time. I can't be wrong if I'm never right. I mean, wait. Whatever. A mirror's grim reflection returns Max's questioning gaze. His face racked with sleepless nights, and a strange gleam in his eye hinted at a growingly odd demeanor. Dude, there's just so much ammo everywhere. Who's just putting explosives all over my house? Clearly this is like the long con by the servants. They're slowly distributing large amounts of flintlock ammo all around the mansion. And once they get enough, it'll create a chain reaction when one of them is lit and the entire place will explode. It'll take a while. But you know, frog in the boiling pot maneuver. You're trying to slowly escalate it and if it's gradual enough, they won't notice, even though in reality, yes, frogs jump out of pots, no matter how slowly you bring them to a boil. What? Okay. I wanted to talk to her, but okay. Whilst performing her duties, the servant makes idle chit-chat about the room's temperature. Trying to talk about the weather, but you can't talk about the weather because we're indoors. A portrait of one of the many faces the Requiem line. Some are sketches, some lavish oil paintings, but regardless of the medium, their presence is somewhat disconcerting. Some of them are literally sketches. It's kind of funny to think of such an expensive frame around a quick sketch. That's what some of these really are, aren't they? They also repeat, which is a bit of a peeve of mine. Is this gonna serve a purpose at some point? Like if you're carefully, like it makes me think of first-person horror games where you're like carefully trying to avoid some stalking horror that you can't fight back against. This kind of peeking maneuver would come in handy, actually. I guess we'll see.